Let me tell y'all something. We're all talking about rookie of the year. Cade needs to be rookie of the year. I'm telling you guys right now, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we won't rookie of the year. Who cares about that? We'll be looking for MVPs for Cade freaking Cunningham.
You are Locked On Pistons, your daily Detroit Pistons podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's the deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast. Per usual, I'm your host, Kuka Hill. You can find me over on Twitter at Kuka Hill. I want to thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We are free and available on all your podcast platforms. And if you have not already, or you're one of the 50% of people who watch this on YouTube and haven't hit the subscribe button already, go ahead and do that for me. Hit that subscribe button. We're on our road now to 3,000 subscribers. We hit our goal of 2,000, I believe 4 days ago. Great achievement, but now we're on the road to bigger and better things, continuing to show Locked On that we're the best and fastest growing fan base at the Locked On Network. So again, if you haven't already, head to our YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons, hit that subscribe button. The Pistons lose a game to not the Detroit Pistons. They lose to the Brooklyn Nets 123-130. But who cares? Who cares about the score of this game? Who cares if the Pistons won or lost this game? Who cares who's on the other side of this team? Who cares who's on the Pistons outside of number 2? Who cares about anything else? Cade Cunningham is him. He is the real deal. He should be rookie of the year. He is the best rookie. He will be the best rookie for the next 15 years. This dude is legit. The Pistons have themselves a bona fide superstar in the making. When's the last time the Pistons had that? The Pistons haven't had a bona fide superstar since when? Grant Hill, you want to call Grant Hill a bona fide superstar? Go ahead. Cade Cunningham's the closest thing we've had to him. He's going to be better than Grant Hill. He's going to be winning multiple MVPs. I don't care. Cade Cunningham is the real deal, bro. In this game against the Brooklyn Nets, he was struggling in the first half. They were poking at the ball, knocking it loose. He was struggling, controlling the ball, handling the ball. You could argue that he's being fouled, but as we've talked about in the podcast before, he has to fight through these fouls. He has to get stronger with the ball, gets handled tighter because the refs just aren't going to call it. And he was really struggling in the first half. He scored 5 points in the first half, everybody. At halftime, he missed damn near a full quarter because he had a tailbone contusion and he was questionable to return, okay? At halftime, no one knew if he was even going to play. And he ended up coming out in the second half. And I tweeted out in that third quarter, Cade should not be in this game. He's not moving around. He's barely able to move. He can't get to the rim. He's obviously hurt. He can't do this. He shouldn't be out there right now. He should not be playing. I tweeted that out with like 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Cade had 5 points. Cade went on to score 29 points. 29 in the second half. He scored 17 points in the final 5 minutes and 29 seconds. 17 points in the fourth quarter. Went head-to-head, bucket for bucket with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Screw Kyrie Irving, actually. Kevin Durant, who dropped, 41 points in this game. He looked utterly unstoppable. Well, you know what? Cade Cunningham looked utterly unstoppable too. Cade Cunningham went absolutely ballistic. This dude is the best rookie in the draft. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way that you can watch Cade Cunningham play and think that he is not the best rookie in this class by far. There's no one else that's capable of doing what he does. No one. He controls so much of what the Detroit Pistons do. He makes everything happen. He is the engine of this offense. And since the turn of the new year, the Pistons actually haven't even been that bad of a basketball team. Like, they haven't been a 200 team. They've been around a 400 basketball team since the turn of the new year. Since the All-Star break, the Pistons showed the graphic on the during the game. His on-off net rating is like plus 15.9 points. Like, bro, he's taking a team, and listen, not disrespecting everybody on this team. We all like Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey has a bright future. I love Killian Hayes. We'll talk about him on the podcast. He had a really good game. Marvin Bagley had a nice game. A decent game. Isaiah Stewart had himself a decent game. Listen, we like some of these pieces on the team. But he is taking a team that is no doubt inferior to every other Rookie of the Year candidate in Evan Mobley with the Cavs, in Scotty Barnes with the Raptors. Those teams have all-stars on their team. They have guys who have been to the NBA Finals and have won championships on their team. Cade has a team that is full of guys under the age of 21, guys we don't know if we're going to be even part of the future here in Detroit. He has a guy in Braxton Key who is a 10-day contract guy playing closing minutes down the stretch in the fourth quarter. And Cade Cunningham says, you know what? With all that, you guys go ahead and hop in this Gucci duffel. Let me put this Gucci duffel on real quick. I'll walk you guys up and down this court, and I'm going to keep you all in this game against a team that's supposed to be favored to win the Eastern Conference. Cade Cunningham is a monster, bro. He's just a monster, dude. He's amazing. 13 of 24 from the field, 5 of 11 from deep, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. He still gets zero respect from the refs. Refs might as well. I said this on Twitter. Refs might as well come out with a T-shirt that has just the middle finger up to Cade throughout the entire game. And every time Cade shoots the ball, they should just give him the middle finger every single time because they just don't call anything for him. He gets no foul calls. He gets no love. He gets no respect from the refs. And despite that, he drops 34 points. 34 points. Let me just tell you guys something. KD dropped 41 points, okay? KD took one less shot than Cade. They both shot around the exact same percentage. You want to know what the difference was? KD got 9 free throws. Cade got 3. If Cade got free throws consistently this season, he would be averaging like 21 points a game. It wouldn't even be close. No one would even be talking about the Rookie of the Year case. But the refs hate Cade Cunningham for some reason. I don't get it. And just take a break from Cade real quick since we're on free throws. The Pistons as a team shot 13 free throws. The Nets shot 34. They shot 21 more free throws than the Detroit Pistons. It's getting ridiculous. It's not getting ridiculous. It's been ridiculous. And the season's almost over. It's not going to resolve itself. But I swear to God, if next season starts and we have to sit here and watch Cade get destroyed game after game, get clotheslined and all this without getting foul calls, I promise you, it's going to be hell to pay for every ref that comes to Detroit. Every time refs come to Detroit, I swear to God, the fans should make it a living hell on them. They should be booing them every chance they get. They should be screaming every chance they get. Let's not go too far. Let's not go crazy and go throw stuff at not encouraging stuff like that. But absolutely, it should be heckling them to absolute living death if this continues next season. But either way, man, Cade Cunningham is he's him. He is their franchise player. He is a bona fide superstar in the making. I can't believe the Pistons have this. It's been, how long? 14 years of just struggling for the Pistons. They had Blake Griffin for a year, thinking, okay, he can be our star. And sometimes you thought Andre Drummond, okay, this is our franchise player. Like, those are the times that the Pistons fans were in. These are the times that we were a part of for years. And now we have Cade Cunningham, who actually is going to be our franchise player. Last point about Cade's game last night, I'm telling you guys right now, is a warning shot. This is a warning shot to the rest of the league. If Cade Cunningham can hit 5-3, if he can hit 40% of his threes like he did last night against the Brooklyn Nets, if he can start hitting his threes combined with everything else he's doing, which he's going to start doing soon, he will start doing it. But when that happens, look the hell out, because this dude will be in MVP conversations, and he will be ripping your hearts out for years and years and years to come. And when that happens, Detroit will be back. Cade Cunningham's going to be the reason why Detroit comes back and eventually wins a championship again. That's how special this dude is. So screw Rookie of the Year. He doesn't win Rookie of the Year. Screw it. That's another chip on his shoulder. You know what we're looking forward to? We're looking down the road to potential MVPs, potential championships. We're counting them. Where is it? We're counting rings around here when it happens, boy. It's going to be happening for Cade Cunningham in a few years. So if you want to screw him out of the Rookie of the Year race, go ahead. Give it to Evan Mobley while he's playing with multiple All-Stars. You know what? We'll see who's laughing 5 years from now when Cade Cunningham is hoisting up a trophy of some sort. We'll see what happens. We'll see then. You guys can see I'm very hyped up. Cade, this performance that Cade had against the Nets, seriously might be like one of the best performances I've seen, dude. He was absurd. He was insane. Oh God, dude, I love that game. If you guys missed this game, if any of you guys missed this game, download the Valley Sports app and go watch it. It's worth every bit of the rewatch, including the point where in the first half where he was struggling. You had to watch him struggle to get to where he got, because that makes it best. When we come back, we'll talk about some of Cade's teammates who played extremely well, including, you guys know what I'm talking about, Killian Hayes, who had another good game off the bench. We'll talk about all that when we come back. Cade Cunningham, he's the real deal. But first, let me tell you guys about one of our sponsors, PrizePicks. All right, NBA fans, are you looking for a daily fantasy option for the NBA? They need to try their award-winning app, PrizePicks. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. I love this, and we know that you will too. It's easy to use. You pick 2 to 5 players and an over-under on their projections, and you can win up to 10 times on any entry, and it's just you versus the projected numbers. Entries can be made in 60 seconds or less. It's really that easy. PrizePicks is safe, and it offers fast withdrawals. Use their award-winning app on both the App Store or Google Play. PrizePicks offers any prop you can think of, from points scored to rebounds and even steals. PrizePicks also allows mixed sports entries, such as like during when the NFL season was still going on, I used to take the under on Jared Goff passing yards and the over on Cade Cunningham points. You can do cross sports, football and basketball, football and hockey, basketball and baseball. Like you can do cross sports across anything. And PrizePicks doesn't just offer the NBA. Like I just said, they do college basketball, college football, NFL, MLB, soccer, MMA, and more. Any sport you could think of. So for a limited time, PrizePicks has an exclusive, no-brainer of an offer for all of our users. Users get $50 for free if a player in your first PrizePicks entry scores a single point, but you must use code NBA. That's right, this is an exclusive offer available to our Locked On fans. Sign up today and use code NBA for $50 for free if a player in your first PrizePicks entry scores a single point. PrizePicks is daily fantasy made easy. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We're free and available on all your podcast platforms. If you have not already, head to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Best way to support the podcast, and we are now on our road to 3,000 subscribers. So again, I'd really appreciate it if you guys did this. Best way to support the podcast. So go head over there if you haven't already. You guys, I'm sure you guys can hear how like excited and just like, oh God, how excited I am over this game, dude. The Pistons lost this game, and I'm over here like freaking out about how Cade Cunningham played. I'm serious. If you guys missed this game from Cade, you have to go rewatch it. Find any way possible to rewatch it. Watch the highlights on YouTube. Anything. You have to find a way to watch it. It's special stuff. And last thing on Cade, actually, before we move on to someone else. Cade dropped 34 points in 32 minutes of action. He missed damn near a whole quarter. 34 points in 32 minutes. Imagine if he played 40. He probably would have dropped close to 50 points. Like, he's doing this, like, what is it, like a more than a point per minute? Like, dude, this guy is crazy, man. He's the real deal, dude. I'm so happy the Pistons got him, man. I'm so happy the Pistons have Cade Cunningham, dude. But okay, let's stop talking about Cade. Let's stop worshiping Cade. Let's give some other guys some credit. You guys know where I'm taking this. Killian Hayes had another great game coming off the bench. He had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals, and a block on 6 of 10 shooting and 1 of 3 shooting from deep. He had a really good first half. And that actually would be my one criticism with Killian is that, and this is something that he does far too often. I really don't like it. In the first half, he had 9 points. And then in the second half, he only ended up with 4 points. He took 6 shots in the second half, but like one of those was a shot clock heave. I would have liked to see him try, like when he's playing that well in the first half, he finishes the first half with 9 points. I want to see him come out in the second half like, okay, I'm feeling it, and get shots up. Like I wanted him to finish with like 13 to 15 shots. Like he was playing really well and he was getting his own shot in the half court. And you know, he was playing really well. He had a really good game, but that's just one of the things I want to see him like get better at. Like when you're feeling it and you're playing well, keep taking shots. Go after your shot. Like get more shot attempts up. Part of the reason why people say, you know, Killian hasn't scored over 13 points, 15 points this season in a game because he never takes more than like 11 shots. You know how incredibly efficient you'll have to be on 11 shots every game to get up to like 17, 19, 20 points. Like at least 4 of your shots have to be like threes or whatever. And you have to get to the free throw line. He needs to take more shots. So that's the one thing I want to say because I'm about to start worshiping how he played. But that's the one thing I want to say. He needs to get more shot attempts up. I really don't like how he doesn't take that many shots. It makes it hard to really like crack 15 points. Like if you're not going to take enough shots, you're just not going to get there. And we already know he's not going to get the free throw line. The Pistons must have like done a deal with the refs or something. Something must have happened with the refs. They hate the Pistons. But anyways, that's my one criticism of Killian. Outside of that, this was a spectacular game for him. A really good game. Defensively, he was all over the place as usual. 4 steals. The dude legit has potential to be an all-NBA defender guard. Like, no joke. No joke. He legit can be an all-defensive, all-defense team guard. That's how good his defense is, how good his instincts is, how much he uses his strength on the defensive end. I don't know why. I mean, actually, he has been using it recently a little bit more. But as much as he uses his strength defensively, you think he'd use it a little bit more offensively. Hopefully he does next season and close out this year. But defensively, he was just all over the place, man. And I think he even got a block on KD too. KD is like, when he puts his arms up to shoot, is like 9 feet something. So that's a really good play there. So defensively, he was all over the place. And then the half court offensively, everyone, I'm sure you guys have all seen the step back that he basically dropped James Johnson with and hit a step back. It should have been a 3, but you know his toe was on the line on the step back. But the step back was really smooth, really nice, knocked it down, was really good. And immediately coming up after that, the next possession, He gets a screen, pick and roll on the left wing. He takes it, goes with his right hand around the screen. His guy goes underneath the screen. First time we've seen him do this all year. Best shot he's taken all year. And it's only because, and this is the most frustrating part about it, it's only because he hit that three beforehand and he had confidence. It was like, okay, I'm feeling it. Let's go ahead and keep playing. Let's keep looking for my shot. And it's so frustrating that it has to happen like that he has to hit a shot for him to feel confident to take shots like that and look for these kind of shots because it's open all the time. But either way, he comes around the screen. His defender goes underneath the screen. He takes one hard dribble with his right, steps in to a pull-up three. He jumped, and we all know, like, the criticism of Killian Hayes' jump shot. Sometimes his leg swings. They're trying to work on that to give him a wider base. But the jump shot's still in progress. This shot, by far his best shot of the whole season. Pull-up three, jump. When he shot and he jumped, he lands in the exact same spot that he jumps from. There's no jumping forward, no jumping backwards, no leg kick. Completely compound. In perfect form, great, perfect shot, best shot that he's taken all year, and that's something that he should be taking more often because guys go underneath the screen. Whenever they go under the screen, it should be like that every time. Gather yourself, take one dribble in, and take your pull-up. If he can shoot, when Killian has his feet set and he actually has his form compound, he's a nice shooter. The problem is that it takes him too long to get his form going like that, his feet set. And two, because it takes him so long, when he sees defenders coming, he rushes his feet, and that's what causes him to miss. But when he's able to set his feet and get his base, everything compound and set, he's a decent shooter. So he should be taking that type of shot anytime a defense goes underneath the screen like that. But overall, those two shots were tremendous. Again, that three-point shot I just described, best shot of the year because of the circumstances and what it means possibly for his future. He needs to look at that shot right there and say, I need to do that every time if they do it. If he's able to add that to his game, that takes his game to another level. There's so many different things that, by the way, we've seen from Killian over the last few weeks that you found me saying that too. If he adds this, it takes his game to the next level. If he continues to do that, it takes his game to another level. You're starting to see, and Greg Kelser mentioned on the broadcast, I absolutely loved hearing this from him. And I think they talked about it in the post-game. I didn't watch the post-game thing, but they were hinting at them talking about this. Killian Hayes over the last few months has dropped little crumbs, letting you know that, okay, I'm picking this up. Okay, I'm picking this one up. Okay, I'm picking this up. I'm learning this. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do that. What if I do this? Like, he's slowly but sure, you're seeing game by game by game. He's piecing stuff together, picking this puzzle piece up. Okay, I can do this. I can do that. Like, you're starting to see him piece things together. That's why, and you guys have heard me say on the podcast before, it's so hard for me to see him being a bust. There's no way he can just not be. It would shock the hell out of me. Because not only is he great defensively and great playmaker and all that, you're starting to see him, like I said, game by game over the last few months, he's picking up things. He's learning things. He's getting better in certain areas, gradually getting better and getting better and getting better and getting better. I can't wait for his next season. So a great game from Killian Hayes. Obviously, we just spent the whole first segment talking about Cade Cunningham. But yeah, he got some help from Killian Hayes, who played 32 minutes within this game, almost 33 minutes. I really like to see him get to the free throw line more, even though I don't know if that's really something that, some of it's in his control, but also the refs have to respect him somewhat. And then also, last thing on Killian, it looks like that in transition might be where he scores best too. He's starting to pick that up. Anytime he gets the ball in transition, he's been much more aggressive getting to the basket. I believe he scored twice, maybe three times. I'm forgetting. I think he scored twice in transition. I think it might have been a third time too. But either way, he's pushing the ball in transition and being aggressive, getting to the basket and finishing around the rim. I absolutely love seeing that from him. That's where he needs to really feast on guys. Because and this actually be the final thing. I've said that like 5 times already, but this actually will be the final thing here. Killian is not as like unathletic as people like said during his rookie season, how people were worried about. I've seen the opposite. He's not that unathletic. He can get up, and he's actually pretty fast when he puts his head down. So he needs to utilize that more along with his strength. Like when he gets going in transition, he beats dudes to the basket almost all the time. Like when he puts his head down and says, I'm going coast to coast and you guys aren't stopping me, he gets there easily. So I really love the fact that he's adding that to his game and gets him easy points and makes the game easier on him. So again, another thing that he's picking up, another thing that he's learning. I'm really excited for his third year, which is technically going to be his second year in my opinion. That's going to be his sophomore season for me. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to see it happen. I think he's really going to be pretty damn good for the Pistons. But another good game from Killian. I believe one of you guys tweeted at me that over the last 9 games or so, he's shooting 48% from the field and 38% from deep. He's turning it around. He's having a good stretch. He's turning things around. it's really nice to see that. He's playing really well. He's piecing things together. I can't wait to see his second or his third season, but you guys know, like I just said, I'm going to consider his sophomore season since it's basically going to be like game 90 by the time that starts. But we'll talk about some other things that we saw within this game against the Brooklyn Nets. The Pistons lost 130 to 123. Cade Cunningham, again, just point this out real quick. Absolutely amazing franchise player. Can't say enough about him. But we'll talk about some other players that we saw in this game, how they played. But first, let me tell you guys about another one of our sponsors, you guys' favorite sponsor, Built Bar. This is the time of year that I've pretty much given up on all my New Year's resolutions, but not this year. I'm sticking to my resolution to eat right, and it's thanks to Built Bar. It almost feels like it's not even really a resolution because I actually enjoy eating them. Have you guys tried the Puffs bar? If you're having a missing out on one of Built Bar's best tasting protein bars. Puffs are the first ever protein-infused marshmallow. They're fluffy, they're marshmallowy, they're not just a protein bar, they're an absolute treat. And guess what? They're covered in 100% real chocolate. And all Built Bars are covered in 100% real chocolate. Not just the Puffs, all Built Bars. 100% real chocolate. Low calories, high protein. Replace your candy bars with these. They taste better and they're just simply better for you. A typical candy bar can be anywhere between 200 and 300 calories, 30 grams of sugar, and dozens of net carbs. Go to Built.com and scroll down to the macro chart and you'll be absolutely blown away. High protein, low calories. High fiber, low carbs. 130 calories usually, 4 grams of sugar, 4 net carbs, and 17 grams of protein in Built Bars. Really good for you. And they have all kinds of flavors as well. Mint brownie, coconut almond, new flavor, white chocolate cookies and cream. You guys know my favorite is the peanut butter flavor. They got raspberry, strawberry, cherry barcia, blueberry. Like they have all kinds of flavors. Make sure you guys are checking it out. And also, if you go to Built.com regularly, you'll be seeing the limited time flavors they come out all the time with as well. At Built Bar, they're all about the taste. They make it taste delicious first, then figure out how to make it healthy. And I don't know how they do it, but they pull it off every single time. So go to Built.com, use promo code LOCK15 and get 15% off your order. Use promo code LOCK15 for 15% off at Built.com. Built Bar, the best tasting protein bar ever. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We're free and available on all your podcast platforms. And if you have not already, head to our YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons. Hit that subscribe button. Best way to support the podcast on the road to 3,000 subscribers. Continuing to show Locked On that we're the best and fastest growing fan base at the Locked On Network. So yeah, the Pistons get this loss tonight. It helps them in the lottery odds. You know what? Just for you guys, you know what? I told you guys I would stop doing this because I never get like good luck with this. But one of you guys tweeted at me and was like, "Oh, no tankathon the last episode. Where's the tankathon been?" So I'll do a sim right now. Right now, the Pistons have the best. They're tied for the best odds right now with Orlando and Houston. They're all 20 and 56. Let's click sim the lottery real quick. Yeah, see, like I'm done doing it, guys. You know, I know you guys want to hear me do it every now and then, but it just doesn't work, man. I don't have good luck with this. It doesn't work. The Pistons fall to 3 in this one. Like, I don't think I've had one. I mean, 3 isn't bad, but I don't think I've ever had one with the Pistons either stay or move up. It never works, ever. Not for me. I'm like the unluckiest person ever. But anyways, so Cade had a really great game. Killian had a really great game. Some other players that came and played really well for the Pistons. I mean, the Pistons dropped 123 points. And despite, you know, I just talked about how well Cade Cunningham looked and how good Killian Hayes looked. Really just Cade Cunningham with 34 points. You know, he carried the load offensively. But to score 123 points in the game, you need contributions from everywhere. And the Pistons did get that. Saddiq Bey had 15 points on 5 of 13 shooting. He didn't shoot very well from the floor, but he was able to chip in 15 points. I don't think Saddiq really had a good game this game. Do you want me to be honest? I think he struggled. He hit a few threes in the first quarter. I don't think he hit a 3 after the first quarter, so it was a struggle for him. Definitely, the Nets were getting up in Saddiq and forcing him to, you know, making him really uncomfortable going to the rim. So definitely was a struggling game for him. But he did chip in 15 points. Marvin Bagley chipped in 11 points. He was 5 of 6 on the floor. Offensively, he was fine, but defensively, he was really being picked on over and over and over by the Nets, really getting him switched on to Kyrie and KD, and they were just destroying him. And it wasn't even just them. Like, even Bruce Brown took him to the basket once. Seth Curry had his way with him a few times. So this game, you really saw the defensive problems with Marvin Bagley. Offensively, he was fine, but defensively, he was really getting taken advantage of, and the Pistons couldn't play him so much of 24 minutes this game. So that's part of the reason why I think you saw Braxton Key play, even though I wouldn't sit here and say Braxton Key is like some old world defender or some good player or anything. But simply Marvin Bagley was just getting feasted on, and at least Braxton Key is like a little bit better of an athlete, move his or as far as defensively, able to move his feet a little bit better, you think. And he's a little long. He's longer too and active defensively. But either way, yeah, Marvin Bagley offensively, he chipped in with 11 points. Isaiah Stewart. So this is a funny thing with Isaiah Stewart this game. Isaiah Stewart hit 2 threes in the first quarter, and he was playing really well. He ended the game with, and he had a good game. Let me just say that he had a good game: 15 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. However, he was 6 of 14 from the floor. In the second half, I feel like he was really trying to force things for some reason. In the first half, I thought he was really good, but in the second half, he really just started forcing things. But I don't think he really needed to. A lot of shots around the rim that just wasn't really open. There was one play specifically in the second half where he got offensive rebound. He was in the paint, and I think it was Killian. It was either Killian or Cade. I think it was Killian at the top of the key, wide open, because his guy was doubling down on Isaiah Stewart trying to crash the glass. And when Isaiah Stewart got the offensive rebound, instead of kicking it out, Isaiah Stewart took a dribble, pump fake, and instead of kicking it out to somebody, tried to go up on KD, and KD sent that out of there. So I thought Isaiah Stewart had a really good first half. He hit 2 threes, which is really good. He shot 3 of them. I'm old enough to remember last year where I'm not going to get overhyped on his threes. Him hitting a 3 every now and then and hitting 2 in a game. I need a larger sample size of him actually taking threes and actually hitting them for me to actually think that that's something that can happen. But it was good to see that in this game. He played confidently. He had a really good first half, but second half, I just feel like he was forcing the second half. I don't know what was up with that. He usually doesn't do that, but overall, nice game from him. He chipped in 15. And another guy I thought really played well and wasn't really getting talked about, which is fair enough, but I thought Kelly Olynyk, I thought was really good in this game. He only had 8 points, but he had 8 assists. He led the team with 8 assists in just 16 minutes of play. He was hitting guys on backdoors over and over and over. There's one play that the Pistons always run, and the Nets kept giving up the back door to it. And Kelly Olynyk hit that play 3 straight times in 3 straight possessions for Frank Jackson, and he scored each time. It's one of those plays where Kelly Olynyk has it at the right wing. Frank Jackson's in the left corner. Killian Hayes comes down from the right block, sets a back screen on Frank Jackson's guy to cut around the baseline, and then Killian Hayes comes up a down screen coming from the high post, and he gets the ball usually at the left wing. They run a pick and roll. That's usually what happens, because usually guys just don't even really look at the guy coming off that back screen. They usually either switch or guys just don't even look at it. The Nets just weren't guarding, and Kelly Olynyk hit it like 3 straight possessions, and Frank Jackson scored 3 straight times on that. So, and that it wasn't just those plays. Also, just like backdoors throughout the entire game. I thought Kelly Olynyk was really good in this game. He only played 16 minutes again, but again, I thought that this was a really good game from Kelly Olynyk. Really did a great job playmaking. He was a plus 13 in this game. Eye test matches that. Really damn good game from Kelly Olynyk. I really like the fact that he's finding a way to play really well for the Pistons and taking a backseat scoring-wise and just trying to help the guys on the floor, the young guys on the floor with him, play better. I really like that from him, because he could be out there trying to score a lot. He could be out there taking more shots. He only took 4 shots, but instead he's looking to try and make the young players better, make the guys around him better, help make life easier for them as a veteran. I really like that from him. So I think that's one of the things that Troy Weaver really looked forward to having when he signed Kelly Olynyk. Unfortunately, Kelly had a lot of injuries this year. He was out for a long time, and he had COVID that kept him out. He didn't look right when he came back. So unfortunately, he didn't get that the whole season, but in this game specifically, it really popped off the charts how well he was helping this team play, and specifically the young guys with his playmaking. So overall, good game from the Detroit Pistons. Again, they lose this game 130-123, but helps them with the lottery odds. They're now tied for first in the lottery odds right now with those 2 other teams, Orlando and Houston. We'll see how that ends up. Cade Cunningham, the real freaking deal. Good game from Killian Hayes. He continues to play really well. And I think we're having a lot of fun watching the Pistons. And I think this is the part that's really going to make it suck when the season ends, because they're really having – it's been a lot of fun watching the Pistons probably the final 15 games of the season. It's been a lot of fun. So it's going to suck specifically because of that, because how well they've been playing when the season ends. So I think they got six more games. Make sure you guys are cherishing each game. This has been a lot of fun recently, so hopefully you guys are having fun too. Thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We are free and available on all your podcast platforms. Make sure you guys make Locked On NBA your second listen of every single day. Locked On experts covering the biggest stories around the NBA every Monday through Friday in less than 30 minutes. It's free and available wherever you get your podcast. If you guys haven't already, head to our YouTube channel. You guys know the business. Hit the subscribe button on the road to 3,000 subscribers. All that good stuff. Fun game in Brooklyn. Yeah, man. Had a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys on tomorrow's podcast. I'll see you guys then. Go Pistons. Stay safe, everybody. and peace out.